You're listening to 772 Sports, a local Treasure Coast sports podcast highlighting everything from Little League to the NFL. Here are your hosts, Curtis Carpenter and Mike Higgins. All right, everybody, welcome to episode 19 of the 772 Sports podcast. This is Curtis Carpenter. I am on the phone with Mike Higgins. What's up, Mike?
What's up, man? Best day of the year, right? At least got to be a top 3 day.
Top 3 day. There's Christmas.
Should be a national holiday.
Yeah, there's Christmas, my birthday, and opening day.
That's it.
And then like maybe the first day of March Madness might be like a close number 4 or something. But
yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, man. Opening day for baseball. So obviously we're going to talk about that. What else do we have for the listeners today, Mike?
We got a little bit of everything, man. You know, we like to run it all down. I know we got some high school baseball talk. We got NBA's getting ready to come to the playoffs. NHL's getting ready to come to the playoffs. We always have some NFL news, especially coming up to the draft. So we got a nice full show. And
I'm glad you didn't bring up college basketball because I'm a little salty right now, Mikey.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, you forgot about it. I'm sure you did. But, yeah, man. All right. Well, you want to start off with some Treasure Coast chatter?
Let's do it, bro.
Here we go. Treasure Coast chatter. All right, folks, this is Treasure Coast Chatter. It's where we talk about local high school and, well, I guess in this case, middle school sports. It's spring, meaning it's baseball season, so we pretty much talk baseball. So have you been to any games? Have you followed anything with any of these high schools so far, Mike?
So I do. I haven't been, sadly, to a baseball game this year. We went to like 5 last year at least, and we haven't been to any this year between work and the kids playing so much.
Yeah, you're pretty involved with the middle school with Imagine Baseball with Jake and everything. I get that. So
yeah, I mean, it's just, and then their games, like by the time we end, we've been going all day, and we end like half an hour after they start. So it just never really works out. I have been keeping up with Vero though. I have a lot of kids I coach, or a couple kids I coach with Imagine playing for Vero. Obviously, we keep track of John Carroll because of Par and Pomar, and then I like to keep track of what Sebastian's doing too, just because they're local. So I haven't been, but I have been keeping up with it.
Yeah. So just to kind of recap a little bit on what's going on, Vero Beach High School is now 11-0, Mike. They beat Port St. Lucie last night. It was senior night. So they won 12-2. Traditionally, and this is not picking on Port St. Lucie, but traditionally Vero plays a pretty weak team on senior night because they like to get the kids playing all these different positions and all that. But yeah, Vero just whooped them last night, 12-2. They play Merritt Island on Friday, up in Merritt Island. But yeah, Vero is cruising. Blake Holzhaus is good. Go ahead.
You want a fun fact about the Vero game last night?
Sure.
It was senior night, but they had a freshman pitch, a freshman that I coached last year on Imagine named Cody Morgan.
That's right.
And he went 3 1/3, gave up a hit and a run, got the win. So proud of him.
And who was his catcher?
A good player. Yeah, his brother, right?
That's right.
So,
yeah.
And they're both young, freshman, sophomore. So.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, this Vero team, it's funny. I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound contradictive. They're going to be good in a couple of years, but the reality is they're pretty good right now.
Right.
I mean, they're a very young, very athletic team. Not your traditional Vero team. Usually Vero, for those of you that don't know, I called the games for like 4 years. So we got an inside look at probably from like 2017 to 2021, somewhere in there, 2018, 2022. We got a very, very intimate look at this team, and they always had 2 pitchers, a decent reliever, and no offense. And now the script is flipped where they've got decent pitching all around, but they got one stud in Blake Holzhauser, and they're hitting the ball. I mean, it's like, wait a minute, where'd this offense come from? And they're just 1 through 9. I mean, there's no stud, but there's no hole.
Right.
So they got a really, really good ball club this year, and because they're so young, I think we're going to see this for a couple more years to come. But yeah, really, really good team. To follow up with John Carroll, they're down in Key West right now, I think, for a tournament.
Every year Para goes down there. He played high school down there, right?
Yep. He's from Key West, so he takes them down there. They play in a little 4-team tournament. John Carroll right now is 10-5. Keep in mind their strength of schedule is Hulk Hogan-ish compared to most of these other schools. Not trying to pounce on Vero or Sebastian or anybody else, but John Carroll schedules very, very tough teams. They consistently play top 20 teams in the state, and so they're 10-5. Technically, some grading scale somewhere has them number 1 in the district. But anyhow, they're down in Key West. They play Berkeley Prep on Friday and Key West on Saturday, and then they come back home and play Okeechobee next Friday. So it's their spring break this week, so they're down there. And then Sebastian, they're 8-4. They lost Wednesday to Port St. Lucie. They played IC Catholic last night. I never saw a final score, but they play Heritage out of Palm Bay on Tuesday at home. So that's kind of your high school update. What do you got for middle school ball, Mike?
So we're still kind of in the same position. We have another week. I don't know how this happened, but imagine for the first 4 weeks had 3 games a week. So we're done. We played our last regular season game last night, but I know Storm Grove still has another week, and I know Sebastian still has another week. I think them two are locked into the 2 seed, and I think we're locked into the 3 seed for the playoffs. They still do everything just like they do in high school because it's all high school rules. We still have district champs and all that stuff. So we'll be playing our tournament at Dodgertown. I think it starts in 2 weeks. And I'm trying to real quick. So we ended up 9-4-1 on the season. So
that's respectable. And you said you're going to be the 3 seed?
We're going to be the 3 seed. I'm real proud of these kids. We have more 6th graders than anybody that start and play. So we've come a long way. Super proud of the kids, and I can't wait to see what happens. We got some gamers, and imagine it's going to be good in the future for sure.
So walk me through. There's Storm Grove, there's Sebastian, there's you guys, there's Oslo, and there's Gifford. And then are those the 5? Or
Masters Academy has a team.
Okay.
That's playing this year, and then we also played 2 teams. There was 3 teams, but 1 dropped out. We played 2 teams from Okeechobee, middle school called Yearling and a middle school called Osceola.
Okay. So those 8 teams, are they all in the district or how do the playoffs work?
They're all in the district, and I think they'll all make the playoffs except maybe Masters Academy. They kind of got in late, and I don't think they'll have enough games to qualify.
Gotcha.
But don't hold me to that. Maybe they'll let them in. They should let them in. But we'll see what happens. So all the other teams will make it to the playoffs, and I think 1 and 2 will have a bye. And then the other 4 teams will battle it out. So
I know that there is a game tonight, actually at Vero Beach High School. I'm not allowed to say the reservation anymore, but I'm going to say it anyway. At the reservation, Gifford is playing Storm Grove. I know that because my kids go to Storm Grove, and we have a really close friend that plays for Gifford. So they're there, and then Gifford plays Saturday against Masters Academy, I think. So, and that may wrap up their season, or you're saying there's another week for these teams?
Gifford, Corey told me they have a couple games next week. So
okay, gotcha. So the regular season's not quite done yet, but the playoffs are starting to kind of line up, and we'll be sure to definitely follow that as the playoffs continue.
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. Anything else for high school stuff?
No, man. I think we're good to go.
We'll do a little NFL.
Let's do it.
All right. Here we go. 772 Sports is brought to you by Vero Beach Social Media, your local digital marketing agency. From Facebook advertising to graphic design to podcast production, Vero Beach Social Media has you covered. Contact them today at 772-999-6636 or visit VeroBeachSocialMedia.com. Next up, Chalk Talk. All right, folks, this is our NFL segment. We call it Chalk Talk. It is the offseason. The combine's over. The draft hasn't started, yet there seems to perpetually be NFL news, Mike.
That's because it's the best sport on earth, really. No baseball.
Yeah, I like baseball better, but man, the NFL is such a close number 2. I mean, it is so close.
Fun to talk about. Yep.
Oh, my gosh. So I have gotten down the Lamar Jackson rabbit hole. What in the world is going on with this guy? What's going to happen? Is he going to be a Raven? Is he going to be a somebody else? And in all fairness, this is a selfish trip down the rabbit hole because it started with, will the Colts try and get this guy? What's going on with him, Mike? What's happening?
So I feel like they should try to get him because the other option is Anthony Richardson, and I'm taking Lamar Jackson every single day over that, right?
If there are 100 opportunities to get Lamar over Anthony Richardson, I'm taking him 101.
Yeah, I mean, I think, talking about the Colts specifically, I think they're a quarterback away. If they get somebody like Lamar Jackson, they already have a running back. They have nice wide receivers. The defense is good. Like I don't know why they wouldn't.
Well, getting Lamar would do a couple of things for them. Number one, most importantly, it takes the need of a quarterback away. Number two, it allows you to use your draft picks to go get linemen, which seems to be the problem, which is weird because they have the highest paid offensive line in the league. So I'm still trying to figure out where the disconnect is there, but we need to replace them because they are booty. And their defense is good and their skill players are good. So trade for Lamar, go get him. I'm full in on the Colts go get Lamar camp. Like I wasn't until I started researching and looking at this guy, and I'm like, dude, this guy is he's such a special talent. And we're gonna pair him with the guy that was coaching Hurts. Yeah, we gotta do this. Jim Irsay, open up the checkbook. Let's go. Let's get Lamar and call it a day. Give whatever draft picks we got to give up because now you're right. We're in a weak AFC South. We're going to be playoff contenders with him and draft young talent around him. And I think that's the way to go, man.
Yeah, I think you got to go with it. I mean, I think you got to go for it. I don't know exactly what you'd have to give up. I know with the tag they put on him, it's 2 first rounds is the minimum. So I don't know if that's this year's first round and next year's or how that works.
So here was a thought that I had. All right. We have the 4 pick. What if they trade back to like the 30 pick and then that 30 pick is paired up with next year's number 1, which next year's number 1 should be, hypothetically, it shouldn't be like a top 5 pick because you're going to be good.
20s, yeah.
Yeah, so why couldn't they do that? Or is that
sounds like sounds good to me.
Because I don't know if I want to give up a 4, but damn, man, if I'd give up a 30.
Get a hold of your GM.
Chris Ballard. Hey, we're putting the Ballard spotlight out there. Hey, you need to call me, buddy.
Listen, I'm absolutely giving up a 4 for Lamar Jackson.
I know, but you're also giving up $250 million guaranteed.
Right.
Like it's not just the 4. If it was just a 4 and you got Lamar for like league minimum or rookie contract, all right, cool. You're giving up a 4 and next year's number 1 and $250 million. So
for a guy that does get hurt. So
for a guy that gets hurt, yeah. But anyway, so that's the Lamar scoop. He's coming to Indy. It's official. Obviously that's a joke. The other thing, Jimmy Garoppolo going down to Vegas.
Yeah.
They found a home. So the 49ers now only have 17 quarterbacks instead of 18. But yeah, Garoppolo's gone. What does he do for Vegas, or is he just Derek Carr 2.0?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's a lateral move. I feel like he's another good quarterback, not great. Probably very good, not great. Yeah, I feel like he's a lateral move. I think he's the same as they were last year. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I feel exactly the same. I mean, this is like Derek Carr. Have you seen the memes where it's like the 2 Spider-Men looking at each other?
Yeah.
Like Derek Carr is Jimmy Garoppolo. Like they're the same guy. So anyway, I mean, I guess the Raiders had kind of burned the bridge with Carr, but I thought that they had brought this new guy in, this young guy, and he was the guy, and now he's not the guy. So I don't know. Trouble in Vegas.
Jimmy Garoppolo's the guy? I don't know.
I mean, or is he the backup? I don't know, man.
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
All right. What is going on with Aaron Rodgers? Is he a Jet yet?
Yes. I don't know. I keep hearing he's a Jet, but then nothing happens.
So he's going to be a Jet, though, right? I mean,
he's got to be.
Got to be.
I mean, I don't see how he stays with the Packers at this point, unless another team can swoop in there and get him. But
I mean, if you're the Packers, do you want him?
I think they've already been pretty clear that they want to move on to Jordan Love. So
I think you have to at this point. I mean, how long do you let the guy just drag you along? I mean,
he's pretty disrespectful to them, to the franchise. I mean, he can do what he wants. I like him as a quarterback, but yeah, I have to move on from him if I'm Green Bay.
He's a weird dude.
Especially if you say you got your next dude. Like, they think Jordan Love is their next dude. They're not searching for a quarterback. They don't think they need one. They think they got their guy. So.
Right. It's not like it's him or Anthony Richardson. I mean, it's him or the guy they want. And you got the guy you want, just go with him. That's weird.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I'm with you. I'm with you, and he is one of the weirdest dudes I've ever seen. But yeah, on the field, he's one of the greatest. So
that's true.
That division is going to be stacked.
Yeah, and it's funny, and you mentioned this last year, and I laughed at you, but I'm full in. But like the Lions are what's going to make that division so competitive, because you already have the Packers and the Vikings. And I still don't believe in the Bears, but Justin Fields could make magic happen with Chicago. But Detroit is kind of the wild card there, where it's like they're actually going to be good. And you're going to have three
Detroit's
really good teams in the North.
And funny story, though, I was talking about the AFC, the Dolphins, Jets, Bills, Patriots.
I was going to say the one everyone forgets about, the Patriots.
that's nasty.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
all right. Well, we'll see what happens in the NFC North. We'll see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to be a Jet. Everybody thinks he's going to be a Jet, but I'm waiting for the paperwork to clear.
So question for you, Colts. All you're hearing, because all I've heard is they're stuck on Anthony Richardson if they keep that 4th pick. Is that what you're hearing too?
Well, no, I heard something yesterday about Will Levis. So
that would be that's a more quarterback ready and more NFL ready quarterback.
It's like, would you rather be shot in the hand or the foot? Like, you got to pick one. I guess I'd rather be shot in the hand than the foot. I don't know. Right hand, left hand. Like that. It's like Will Levis over Anthony Richardson. It's like. All right, with Bryce Young, do you want me to hand you a $50,000 check? With C.J. Stroud, do you want me to hand you a $20,000 check? With Will Levis, do you want to get shot in the hand? And with Anthony Richardson, do you want to get shot in the foot? You have one of those 4 options. You get to pick one. Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this. Again, I think the best bet is go trade for Lamar. Make it happen. Pay the man. Get your quarterback. He's not old. I mean, he's the same age, I think, as Joe Burrow.
He's in his mid-20s. Yeah, he's young.
So it's not like a Phillip Rivers. It's not like a Carson Wentz. It's not like we're going out and getting
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. It's not. We're not getting a guy that's about to retire. We're getting a guy that could possibly be in the prime of his career. Who's electric? Who won an MVP? Yeah, like, do it. What are we doing? Go get this guy. All right. Another thing I want to touch on: the Cowboys released Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes,
and that seems wild to me. Like, is he just not good anymore? Is he done? Did I just miss the boat on when Zeke died?
I don't know, man. Is he getting to that threshold where it just seems like they fall off? What is it, 30 years old, where they just fall off a cliff?
Is he 30?
Running backs? I don't know. That's what I'm not sure how old he is, but that's my only thought is he regressed. I mean, to me, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm not like a football connoisseur. I'm not a what's it called? A scout or anything but it looked to me like Tony Pollard was the better running back last year.
So I looked it up. Zeke is 27 years old.
So he's not old.
But he has been in the NFL for 6 years, and that's the lifespan of a running back in the NFL. So yeah, he's done, dude. Is anybody gonna sign him? Where does he go? Is he just done?
I heard since he had some interest. So maybe he's a good 1-2 punch with Mixon. And I don't know. I heard the Jets were kind of involved, but I don't know how true that is.
The Jets with Rodgers and Zeke.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh man.
I don't think he's done. I mean, I think he's got another 2 years that he can be a good complementary back, or have a good complementary back with him and still be productive.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Pair him with Jonathan Taylor.
No, nah, I'm good on that. And one more thing that I want to cover on the NFL before we move on to our opening day segment. The Washington Commanders may have been sold.
$6 billion, I saw.
$6 billion. And Magic Johnson's part of the group. So, are they a sister club now to the Dodgers?
I don't know, but you can be sure if Magic Johnson's involved in that group that they're going to try to win.
Yeah, that's right. They're
not
that's
going
right.
to just sit on their hands.
So $6 billion. Now the offer hasn't been accepted. They just said that it matched what Daniel Snyder wants for the team. So that's interesting. That he didn't just say okay, sold. What are we waiting for?
I think he put out a number that he never thought anybody would match, and then these people said, "Hey, we'll match it." And now he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I can't believe that this team, as much as this guy has run them into the ground, is worth $6 billion.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get rid of him. So,
I mean, they're a storied franchise. They've got numerous Super Bowls. They have one of the biggest and most loyal fan bases I've ever seen. And he just put them down the toilet bowl for the last, since he bought him in the late 90s. So 25 years, they've just gone downhill. If he had run that club right, they could be worth $10 billion. If they're worth 6 now.
Nuts.
But yeah, so I heard this the other day, and I love this idea. I want these new owners to come in and say, "Hey, listen, we didn't name this team, right? And we're not going to go back to Redskins. We're not going to do that. That ship's passed. But Commanders is a joke. We're going to go back to the football team for a season, and then ultimately they would name them the Hogs, and I think that's amazing, or the Red Hogs." And I was like, I love that idea. I hope that happens so bad. I hope that happens.
I like the Red Hawks. I like the Red Hawks.
No, Hogs, Hogs, like Hogs.
Oh,
like, yeah.
Oh yeah. I like that too.
Yeah,
I like that better.
I was like, oh man, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, they missed the boat. See, like Daniel Snyder missed the boat on that. What a dummy.
He's too busy. Yeah. Well, never mind.
I don't know how dumb he is if he's about to make like $5 billion on the sale of this team, but he's a dummy.
Yeah, he's a dummy.
All right. Anything else for NFL?
That is all. Was there anything else? I'm just checking my list. I got nothing else. Oh, they did, and we can talk about this next time. But did you see that there's maybe possibility of teams playing 2 Thursday night games in a season now?
Oh, it's so dumb.
And they might be able to flex them from Sunday to Thursday.
Oh my God! No, they're going to kill the players. These guys are going to die.
It's a mess, but we can cover that next.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, all right. Next week, opening day. You ready?
Oh my gosh, am I ready?
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Around the horn. All right, folks, this is our Major League Baseball segment. It is the third, maybe second, could even be the best day of the year.
Let's go.
It's opening day.
Let's go.
All right, so the first question on opening day is, did your kids go to school?
They did.
Okay. And
if the Dodgers played early, then they probably wouldn't have, but they did. So.
All right. But when they get home, what are they going to be doing?
Well, unfortunately, Jake has baseball practice
at
4. At 4.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, this is one of the advantages of being on the baseball team. It sucks.
Yeah, and this is one of the.
But I'm gonna have it on all day.
One of the advantages of living on the West Coast is they get to watch the Dodgers tonight.
Yes.
Man, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock start on opening day. That's so rude. That's so rude.
Yeah, it is. But apparently they do 2-hour games now, so I might be able to watch the whole thing.
Ooh, wow. Mind blown. I'm going to get to watch a lot of Dodgers games now. Yep. I will stay up.
Oh, yeah.
I will stay up for this.
You're usually asleep by the 3rd inning.
I usually fall asleep by the 3rd. Now it'll be like the 5th. Yeah, all right. Well, hey, another chalk one up on the plus column for the pitch clock.
That's it.
So before we delve into opening day and preseason predictions and all that, do you want to just stop for a moment and talk about the World Baseball Classic and how amazing it was?
Oh my gosh, dude! Oh, it was amazing. That's the perfect word for it. I watched as many games as I could. There was more passion than I could remember in a baseball game. Other than World Series, but it's just playing for country just means something different for all these guys. I don't want to say I was upset. I don't know what the word was, but I don't love the timing of the World Baseball Classic. I don't think there's a better time to do it, but I don't like this time, if that makes sense. Like, you're asking guys to get productive outs in the middle of March. Like, you're asking hitters to be on time, on pitches in the middle of March. And again, you go through the calendar, and I don't know if there's a better, okay, well, let's do it postseason. Oh, yeah, after we're all worn out and just played 162 games plus playoffs. Let's do it in the winter. It's like, oh, okay, you're going to take away our only off season. Let's take a pause. Is in the middle of the season, is there an argument there to do an all-star game and then have a week and a half or 2 weeks? What did it take, 2 weeks to get it done?
Yeah, so if you did that, are you pushing up opening day or are you pushing back the World Series?
Yeah, that's just what I don't know. So, maybe go down to 150 games and then.
Yeah, now the Major League Baseball is going to say no because they're losing 12 games of revenue. Like I said, there's probably not a better time. I just don't love this time. But I'll tell you what a preview for the Major League season. Because I'll be honest, I'm still not. Sounds funny. I'm usually incredibly hyped for the MLB season, and I'm just not this year. I don't know why. I'm still stung, I think, by the Dodgers having to play the Padres last year in the playoffs after beating them by 20-something games, and then having to play a stupid 5-game set to see who advances. That still irks me. But boy, that World Baseball Classic got me pumped. I was so excited for that championship game, and I know that USA lost, but oh my God, it was unbelievable. And then the ending with Shohei pitching to Trout. Oh
yeah,
you
couldn't script it better.
Storybook ending. Yeah.
Yep.
Again, I guess kind of a dark comedy or whatever because we lost, but it was still a storybook ending.
You think Ohtani went into the clubhouse just kind of peacocking when he got?
Oh, gotta
be.
They
both got back to the.
Gotta be. Yeah, for sure. But he is a very humble guy, so I don't know, how much he was actually saying anything, but I'm sure he had his chin up, quite a bit. But World Baseball Classic, Japan comes out victorious, United States the runner-up, and I can't wait. So they're doing it in 3 years, is that right? They do it every 3 years. Okay.
Yep.
So 2026. Wow, that'll be an exciting year, man. 2026, you're going to have some Olympics. You're going to have World Baseball Classic. That'll be a fun sports year. But but nonetheless, let's move on to the other important part of baseball, Major League Baseball.
Let's go.
I want to hear some predictions. I don't know how you want to go over this. I don't know how you want to do it, division by division, playoffs, World Series. You tell me. I've got it all mapped out. You tell me how you want to do it.
Listen, let's do you want to predict maybe 1-2 in each division, and then we'll just go from there, and we'll maybe 1-2 each division, and then we'll go to World Series or something like that?
Yeah, that's fine.
You tell me how you want to do it. I'm ready.
Let's do division winners.
Okay.
Wild cards and playoffs. How's that?
How many wild cards is there this year, sir? Is it like basketball where there's 8? No, it's still 2, right?
It's still 2. Yep. And then the one. Oh shoot! Now you got me confused. I think there's 3.
There might be 3.
There's 3, then the top 2 get buys. The top 2 seeds, so for
1
instance,
and 2, the top 2 division winners. Yeah.
Yep. And then the other, then 3 through 6 play, and that's
So 3 division winners, 3 wild cards. Okay. Yep. That's it.
So let's start in the NL East. Who do you got winning that division?
I'm gonna go Braves.
That's what I got.
I'm gonna go Braves, and
Mets are the favorite. Mets are the favorite. The Phillies.
Phillies too.
Phillies could sneak in there. I think the Marlins are getting there. They're not there. The Nationals suck. So yeah, I'm going Braves.
Yeah.
Oh, you're second guessing their Braves pick.
I am. I like the I like the Trey Turner move for the Phillies, but I still think the Braves get by with their pitching.
Yeah, no, I agree, and just their young talent. They've been there. I mean, the Braves are good.
Okay, so Braves win the East.
That's what I got. All right, NL Central.
Let's go Cardinals.
Oh, all right. So I have Brewers winning the Central, with the Cardinals a close second. Do we all agree that the Cubs, Reds, and Pirates are not contenders?
We do agree. I think the Cubs are a lot better. They picked up Bellinger. They picked up Dansby Swanson.
Yeah, I don't know if Bellinger helps or hurts. Swanson helps.
We'll see. Yeah. I mean, defensively he helps.
Yeah. He'll save some runs defensively, but he'll lose some runs offensively.
So I wanted to pick the Brewers. I don't know where they're going to get it offensively, but their pitching staff is
solid. Yep. All right. I think the NL West, I'm sure that we're both picking I won't presume. NL West, I have the Dodgers.
I have the Dodgers.
A lot of people are picking the Padres.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
They're second on ESPN's power rankings.
Yep, that's fine. Team. That's fine. I'm picking the Dodgers.
Okay, so hold on. So I'm keeping track of this for later. So you had Braves, Braves, Brewers, Dodgers.
Yep. And you've got Braves, Cardinals, Dodgers.
Yep.
All right. And then in the American League, again, we'll just go division winners. We can do wild cards in a minute. American League, AL East. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Toronto this year.
Okay, so I have the Yankees, but I do have Toronto second.
I have Toronto with Yankees second. So.
Okay, all right. And then, again, Orioles, they're young. They're getting better. They're not there. The Red Sox might be the most unpredictable team in the league. They could win 100 games. They could win 60 games. I would not be surprised in either one. I think they're going to be closer to the 60. Yeah, I think they'll win 75, 80 games, somewhere in there. Yep. And then I have the Rays last for the first time, like, ever. I just don't see how they're going to be any good.
Yeah, I don't either, but they always are. So they'll probably make us look stupid.
Probably.
I'm the same. I have them 4th or 5th.
Yep.
But, so.
All right, AL Central. This is a fun one.
This is a fun one. I'm going to go... Guardians won it last year, right?
I believe they did finish... Yeah, I believe they won the division last year.
Going to go... I don't... This is just a gut feeling because I think the Guardians... I think I'm going to go White Sox.
Okay, that's what I have. I have White Sox with Guardians second and the Twins third. And then again, the Royals and the Tigers kind of suck.
Yeah, Royals are gonna. They're like the Orioles. They're getting a little better. Tigers are going to be pretty terrible. Yeah. So we agree there.
All right, and then AL West. What do you got?
Astros.
Yep, I have the Astros. I have the Mariners second. And then the Angels third and the Rangers fourth. Now, I know a lot of people have the Rangers making a run. I don't think DeGrom's going to pitch much. He's always hurt. I just don't think the Rangers are really that good.
So you clearly have the Athletics in the cellar there for sure.
They may be the worst team I've ever seen. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But if they win 70 games this year, I would be stunned. Like I was saying with the Red Sox. Like, the Red Sox could do anything. It wouldn't shock me. If the A's won more than 70, it'd be one of the biggest surprises in sports history to me. They are horrible. So then, all right, so we have our divisions.
Yep.
What about wild card?
Do you want to go NL first?
Sure.
Or AL? NL?
Doesn't matter to me.
I'll do... This is tough. I'm going to do... So there's 3, right? You just one at a time, or you want me to do all 3?
Yeah, go. However you want to do it, Mike.
I'll go Padres first. They'll be the number 1 wild card.
I have the Padres as well.
And then I'll go the Mets second.
Okay.
And I'll go 3 teams from that division make the playoffs, and I'll go Phillies third.
Wow. All right. So I have the Mets. I have the Padres, and I have the Cardinals.
Yes.
So yeah, we're close. We're close on that. Yeah. So we kind of have like the same 6 or 7 teams as being the best in the NL, and the other 7 or 8 not so much.
Yeah, I think the only team I have the Brewers out, I have the Brewers out, and you have them in, right?
Yep. Yeah, because you have the Phillies, and I don't.
Yeah, Phillies. Yep. So we're swapping Brewers, Phillies. Got it.
All right. And then on the American League side,
let's do. I'm going to go Yankees in the number 1 spots. And who's your number 1?
All right. So I have the Blue Jays. So it's funny. There's a quick little flip there.
Okay. I like that. I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go Mariners.
I have them.
So I'm taking a second because I'm writing this down as we do it.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna go. Oh man, I almost want to go 3 teams in that division again.
Ooh.
So I got Yankees. I think I'm just gonna go Angels.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna go Angels.
Trout and Shohei in the playoffs.
I was gonna go Guardians, but I'm going Angels.
Well, it's funny. I'm going Guardians.
Okay.
Yep.
That's probably the safer pick. I just switched that off the cuff. So.
All right. So we don't have to get into the DSs and all of that, but who'll be playing in the championship games?
Let's go with Dodgers versus Braves this year.
That's what I have, Mike. Copying off my paper.
We are in separate areas, so I cannot see the paper. And then I'll go. I think I'm gonna go Astros versus Yankees.
That's what I have, Mike. All right. So who do you have winning these?
Well, I think I'm finally going to go. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go Houston versus Dodgers in the.
Okay, we have a
World
minor
Series.
change here. I'm going Yankees versus Dodgers.
I could have did that. That's what was going to be my pick, but I'll go Houston.
Yep. And then who do you have winning the World Series?
I got the Dodgers.
Yeah, all right.
Baby.
Well, that was easy. I knew that. That's who I got too.
That's not a homer pick though. They're going to make a couple big moves at the trade deadline this year. Some guys that they'll just use for this year because they're going to make a run at Ohtani next year. So I think Friedman has a plan, and that's why we didn't go out and sign a huge free agent this year. But we'll see. It's
definitely a homer pick for me. I think the Dodgers need some things to go right for them. Listen, on all objectivity, is that right? Whatever that word is. Trying to be objective. I don't think the Dodgers are the best team in the major leagues. I think they're very, very good, and I think that that's all it takes to make the playoffs is to be very good. And then once that happens, we've seen it year in and year out. It is a crapshoot, and I'm just assuming the Dodgers are going to keep rolling 7. Just I want it to happen. It's it's more of a want than a think that it's gonna. But we got to win a series, man. I know we won in 2020, but we got to win another one. I'm ready.
Yep.
I'm ready.
Yep, I agree.
And I think that, again, they have enough to get into the playoffs, and they have enough to make a run. Again, are they as good as the Braves? Probably not. Are they as good as the Mets? Probably not. Are they as good as the Padres? Possibly not. But again, let's get in and let's see what happens. So, yeah, there's your preview. Anything to watch today?
Yeah, about 15 games.
Okay, there's 15 games today. Who are you watching? Is there anything specific that you want to see? I think I read that there are 5 Cy Young winners pitching today.
Yeah, that sounds right. It was 5. Yeah, it was 5 or 6. I think 5 is right.
And I think Verlander and Kershaw pitch Saturday, so there's 2 more.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of pitching. There's I
like San Francisco at New York. That's a good first series.
That's the game of the day on MLB Network. You're going to watch shortstop Anthony Volpe will be the youngest. Who was younger than him? Well, all right. So everybody's comparing him to Jeter because Jeter was young, 21 when he came up. But there was a guy younger than Volpe. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, point is Anthony Volpe, very young, number 1 prospect for the Yankees, will be starting at shortstop today. That's something I want to bring up. Have you noticed this year, the Yankees with Volpe, the Dodgers with James Outman, we used to see teams hold guys off for 2 months so that they could get another year of control. With Volpe, with Outman, with a couple other guys, you're seeing teams take these young guys and give up that extra year of control to start them on opening day. Why do you think that is?
I don't know why that is, but I like it.
I love it. It's something that's needed to happen for years. For sure. And you're really screwing these guys by not allowing them to, by not. And for those of you that are just unfamiliar with this, basically when an MLB player has not, when he doesn't have an X amount of games played in his first season, and I don't know what that number is, 130, something like that.
Yeah, it's something.
His next season is considered his rookie year. And so that's when the clock starts for your rookie contract and arbitration and all that. So what a lot of teams were doing, and Chris Bryant is the biggest one that people remember with this, was the Cubs had Chris Bryant. He was a stud. He was going to be an all-star as a rookie, and they didn't bring him up until May to kick the can down the road and start the clock a year later. And I mean, it hurt. Like when they went to re-sign Chris Bryant, that came up. Like 5 years later, it came up, and it was like, you mistreated me as a player, and I'm going to go sign somewhere else. That's wild. So anyway, teams now, for whatever reason, it's not a financial thing, but they're starting these guys on opening day rosters, and like you said, I'm here for it. I love it. But anyway, it's something I've noticed, and I don't know the answer. I don't know why. But anyway, it's a good thing.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm ready to see it. I like to see the young guys. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Volpe. I'm excited to see Outman. I like Vargas from LA.
Yep. So I think Vargas would already have exceeded his rookie limits, I think. So I don't know if he was in that camp, but Outman was definitely one of those guys. Volpe definitely. Sure. I don't think Volpe's played a major league game. I don't think he's gotten that bad. So there are definitely guys that are on these opening day rosters that are going to be exciting, that are young.
This will be fun.
Any specific pitching matchups you're looking at?
Yeah, I kind of like the late game 10-10. I like Guardians. I like the Guardians Mariners Bieber versus Castillo matchup.
Yep. That's gonna. I mean, stay up and watch that because. And again, I'm a big pitching fan, so like way more than I'd rather watch two guys that can really shove over a bunch of guys that can rake.
Yep.
So I love the Bieber Castillo matchup for sure.
Logan Webb, Garrett Cole.
That's going to be a good one. Yep.
Nola versus DeGrom.
Yeah.
One of DeGrom's 15 starts maybe this year.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
How about Scherzer Alcantara?
Yeah. That might be the best matchup of. I mean, if you rank every starting opening day pitcher, Scherzer and Alcantara are top 10 pitchers, and they're facing each other, which is very exciting.
Yeah. And if you're listening to this and you're looking for young kids to watch the Pirates-Reds game. Watch Mitch Keller versus Hunter Green.
Yep. Yeah, Hunter Green has taken forever to get there, but he's there. He's so good. If you like 102 mile an hour fastballs, watch that game. It's at 4:00. Neither one of these teams is going to be any good this year. Full disclosure, these are potentially 100-loss teams, both of them. And Mitch Keller's good. Like I'm not. That's a good matchup.
Very good.
That might be a 1-0 ball game. I mean,
very, very good.
Yeah. Listen, I'm excited for the Dodger game. I'm excited to watch Julio Urias and Zach Gallen go at it.
So I don't know if we're going to go over this, but I have Urias winning the Cy Young this year, so I'm excited to see that get cranked up tonight.
I didn't do preseason awards. I probably should have. If you want to go over that,
I just did Cy Young and MVP, so it's not. I got Urias winning in the NL, and I'm going to go McClanahan in the AL.
Wow. Tampa Rays. Shane McClanahan. Wow. All right. I haven't put a lot of thought into it, but
I did this while we were talking. So
okay, I agree with Urias. I think that he's a star, and I think that again he's going to win 15, 17 games, maybe 18. I think he's going to have an ERA in the low 2s, mid 2s. So I'll agree with Urias. I think Alek Manoah might be one of the most underrated, even though he's rated. I think he's an underrated guy, and I think he's going to be on a really good team. And I think pitching in the AL East is going to hurt him a little bit playing in these Mickey Mouse ballparks, but I think Alek Manoah is going to win the AL Cy Young.
Yeah, I actually have him in parentheses beside McClanahan. So I think he could too. I actually have Castillo there too as possibles.
Yeah, Luis Castillo. We'll see what happens there. Those are my guys, man. That's what I'm taking. And then for MVP, I mean, let's be. Who I'm going to take for AL MVP? Come on.
I mean, I'm taking Ohtani. I don't know who you're going to take.
Again, I will repeat this for the trillionth time. Shohei Ohtani is the greatest baseball player anybody that's listening to this podcast has ever seen. Period.
Yep.
And I will die on that hill. So Ohtani in the AL for both of us. Who's the NL MVP?
So I'm gonna go. You're gonna think this is Homer.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do. Well, I got a Homer pick in parentheses, I guess, but
I'm going Mookie Betts. He's put on like 20 pounds of pure muscle. He's gonna hit more than 30 home runs this year. I think he's gonna steal more bases. He's gonna be elite and play right field and second base this year at an elite level. So yeah, that's why he's gonna lead the league in doubles.
Here's why I'm not picking Mookie, and again, I think he's probably the favorite. He only hit like 262 last year.
Yeah,
and so
that's going way up.
Yeah, that's gotta to win MVP, he's gonna have to hit 30 homers and bat 290 or 300.
Yeah,
And again, I hope he does it, obviously. I just don't know if he's going to do that. I have maybe a dark horse. I don't know. Coming off an injury, I have Ron Acuna winning National League MVP. I think he's the most electric player, one of the most electric players in the league. I love watching. I'm not a Braves fan. I love watching him. I think he's so good. Yep. He's so electric. He's so exciting. He's going to be in the middle of a lineup where they can't pitch around guys. You know, they can't pitch around him.
Right.
I think he's going to get balls to hit. And again, I'm excited for him. Again, not a Braves fan, but I think he's going to win MVP.
Yeah.
All right.
So I got a question. Do you see a situation where so here's trivia. Who was the last person in MLB to win the Cy Young and the MVP in the same season?
Kershaw?
My man.
Yeah, come on.
You think Ohtani can do it this year?
I don't think No, I don't. And honestly, I think as long as he's DHing, I don't think he'll ever win Cy Young.
Right.
Until he can focus on one or the other. If he focuses on only... Did you know this? All right. So you know Alex Cobb used to play with the Angels, right? And so I don't have a direct connection with Alex, but my best friend is really good friends with Alex. Alex told my buddy that Shohei Ohtani never takes batting practice. Never. He only swings in the game. That, I mean, listen, maybe off a tee or whatever, but like pregame batting practice, never. Imagine if this guy focused on hitting only. Or flip that. Imagine if he never held a bat and he only pitched. At that point, dude, he could win a Cy Young. No problem.
Yep.
But until that happens, I don't know, man. I don't think he can do both. We'll see. I think it would be exciting. I also think the voters kind of, I don't know. I think he kind of gets he gets dinged a little, for doing both. Does that make sense? Like,
right. Yeah. No, I do.
As a pitcher, like if you just looked at him as a pitcher and you looked at his numbers, you'd be like, oh man, this guy's in the Cy Young conversation. But then you're like, oh, well, he hits too. Like he's not a pitcher. Well, okay. Well, I guess maybe he's not a Cy Young contender. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. But... So here's my last real question. Then I kind of want to just cruise the power rankings with you, see what you say. But so and I just thought about this as I was looking through this. Give me one player that we didn't mention for MVP or Cy Young that you think is going to be like a gigantic difference maker for their team. I'll tell you mine. I think that Yordan Alvarez is maybe a top 2 or 3 hitter in baseball. And he's going to have a year, maybe one of the best offensive years in the last 10 years. He's going to be amazing this year.
He is, I mean, he's arguably the best hitter, the best overall hitter because he's got power and average. Yeah, Yordan's a stud. I will say that a guy that gets a lot of attention but doesn't get talked about a lot because there's a guy better than him on the team is Freddie Freeman. I think Freddie Freeman will have a stellar year. I think he is going to be the glue that holds the Dodgers offense together. Again, and maybe he'll get some MVP consideration or whatever, but Mookie's the guy. But Freddie Freeman, man, he's the guy that allows Mookie to be the guy. You know, Mookie's not on an island alone. Yeah. Yep. But Freddie Freeman, I think, here's a guy that's probably going to hit 40 doubles. He's going to hit 25, 30 home runs. He's going to hit 300. He's the guy that's just Mr. Consistent.
Yep.
And, I think he's kind of
if
unsung.
Mookie's 1A, he's 1B. Like, it's not 1AA or something. So he does take a backseat to Mookie a little bit, but then in a sense, he doesn't take a backseat to anybody, right? Because he's Freddie Freeman. So here's my question for you. We named Yordan Alvarez, who I think was 3rd in MVP last year, and Freddie Freeman, who was like 5th. Who's a guy that is going to surprise everyone? That's just going to come out like, oh my God, where'd this guy come from? Like he sucked, or he was a rookie, or whatever. Like who's that guy? and kind of maybe be in that top 5 for MVP.
Maybe, yeah.
Ish. So I'll go Julio Rodriguez.
Oh, well, I mean, he's kind of a known entity, though. I mean, but you're right. He might come out of the shadows.
Want somebody less known?
Yeah, just like a comeback player of the year almost. You know what I mean?
I'll go.
And obviously,
Do you have one in?
Yeah, because I have one in mind.
Head?
That's why. Yeah,
go ahead.
Max
Muncy.
And then Max Muncy's going to hit 40 home runs this year.
That's a really good one.
Max Muncy is going to light it up this year. He had such a disastrous year last year. And I just have a feeling, man, this guy's going to come back and he's just going to pop. I think he's good when he's forgotten about.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when he's in the spotlight, like, and I don't know if it's just coincidental or what, but yeah, when he's in the spotlight, he struggles a little, but he's forgotten. People forgot about Max Muncy. I think he's gonna light it up.
Yeah, that's a really good pick. So I'll go. One of these two guys is going to have a nice comeback year, maybe 25 home runs, some stolen bases. I'll do either Christian Yelich or Cody Bellinger.
Oh, Belly.
So
that would be. I'd be happy for.
I think Belly's going to find it. I don't think he's going to get back to MVP level Belly, but I think he can hit 25 home runs. So we'll see.
Well, we'll see how stubborn
like
he is. So
yes.
One of my problems with Cody Bellinger was he was stubborn and he wouldn't change his swing at all. He wouldn't fix his swing. He wouldn't change his stance. He's hitting like 150, and he couldn't make contact with a beach ball with a surfboard at the plate, and he's doing the same old thing. And if he goes to Chicago and does the same old thing, I'm going to let you guess what he's going to do. He's going to hit 150 with like 10 home runs. But if he's open-minded and he's willing to listen to, some of the guy, Cody Ross or David Ross there, and whoever the hitting coach is in Chicago, and willing to work on that swing, I think he'll do better, and I hope he does. I'm rooting for the guy. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, I like him too.
But if he's going to be stubborn, screw him. But
nope.
Yep.
No more shift is going to help him quite a bit.
Oh yeah, for sure. So
last thing go ahead.
Yep. No, I was going to say I was going to wrap it up, but if you got one more thing, go for it.
I was just going to go through top 5 of the power rankings, see what you think.
All right.
Take 30 seconds. So and this is per ESPN, so this is not my power rankings, but I'll name all 5 and you tell me where you have a problem. So it's number 1's Houston, number 2 San Diego, number 3 Atlanta, number 4 New York, number 5 Los Angeles. Dodgers.
I don't know if the Padres are number 2, but they're in the top 5.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the Dodgers being 5. I agree with that.
I am too.
Yep. Again, they're good enough to get in the playoffs, but they're not the best team in the league this year. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty close. I think maybe the Padres slip to 3 or 4, and then you just bump everybody up. But yeah, I'm good with it.
Works for me.
Yep. All right. We're going to talk about something next that I really don't want to bring up, so it's going to be a quick segment. We're going to talk college basketball. You ready, Mike?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 772 Sports is brought to you by the Higgins Home Group. Let the tag team of Mike and Vicky Higgins help you either find your dream home or sell your current home for top dollar. The Higgins Home Group is one of Dale Sorensen Real Estate's premier real estate teams. Give them a call at 772-532-8148. Babblin Buckets. All right, this is our last Babblin Buckets segment. It's our college basketball talk. We have the Final Four on Saturday. I'm only going to discuss 3 of these teams, Mike. So if you listened to our last podcast 2 weeks ago, I had Drake beating Miami in the first round. And Miami has not lost since then. And they're in the Final Four. And they play UConn on Saturday, and I'm going to be the biggest Huskies fan you've ever met, because I'm telling you right now, if Miami makes the championship game, Mike Higgins will never stop talking about it.
I'm going to talk about it for a while. You weren't the only one that had Drake beating Miami. Jay Billis also had Drake beating Miami. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, they beat Drake, they beat Indiana, they beat Houston, they beat Texas to get here. They've earned it. So
Miami has definitely earned it, and they are everything you said they were, and that irks me to the nth degree.
Well, they have the best the best combo guards in the nation, I think, with Wong and Nigel Pack. They are electric. They both feed off each other. They maybe have the most underrated player in the country, Jordan Miller, who's a forward. But I'm looking forward to it, man. UConn's a tough team. This is going to be tough. Who do you like? So who do you like in the Final Four? What is?
So just to recap for everybody, the Final Four is Miami, obviously, University of Connecticut, San Diego State, and then the one that everybody laughed at me about FAU, baby. I had them in the Elite Eight. I didn't have them in the Final Four, but I got laughed
out. Wrong as you were, wrong as you were about Miami, you were right about FAU.
But so anyway, those are the 4 teams. FAU plays San Diego State Saturday at 6 or 6:09. Miami plays UConn Saturday at 8:49. That's a tentative time because they play after the FAU San Diego State game. But so who do I like? All right, so my favorite is FAU. I want FAU to win the whole thing. They're a local team. I've got family connections there. I've never rooted for FAU in my life in anything, but I am rooting for them against San Diego State. And I do think the storyline, I think it would be really cool if FAU and Miami played each other in the championship. You have 2 teams within 100 miles of each other playing each other, and 2 teams that FAU nobody picked to be in the championship, and not a lot of people picked Miami. I know you did, but I think that this is a product of, well, first COVID, where you had all these fifth-year seniors and you had kind of a congestion and a concentration of all these good players in college. So you have COVID, you have the transfer portal, and you have NIL. I think what that's done is it's created a product where there's parity and there's unpredictability. And that's why you're seeing there's not a single 1, 2, or 3 seed in this Final Four. There's a 4, there's 2 5s, and a 9. And honestly, I'm here for it. I hope that that's the future of March Madness. But anyway, I'm rooting for the 9 seed. I'm rooting for FAU. I hope they run the table. 2 more wins. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm also a UConn fan. I mean, I do like UConn. My family's from Connecticut. My dad was a big UConn fan. So FAU against UConn would be really cool. The worst for me would be San Diego State versus Miami. That would make me not want to watch the championship game.
But you still will?
I will. I don't want to, but I will. I'll hold my breath. Well, I'll have baseball to watch with it, so I'll just have it like down in the corner while I'm watching baseball.
Oh.
When is the championship game? Monday?
April 3rd. What is that? Is that Monday? April 3rd?
Ooh, yeah. Yep. April 3rd is Monday.
So yeah. Miami will be cutting down the nets on Monday.
Oh my goodness.
I have
Miami
versus FAU, and then we will have an awesome pod on that Thursday.
No.
Yeah, I guess there's not a ton to talk about. There's there's only 4 teams left. The South for South FAU versus Miami connection would be amazing. That would be
that would be kind of cool. Yeah. I'm like kind of rooting for that a little bit. I wish. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm rooting for FAU in the first game, but I was gonna say I wish the Miami game was first, and then I would know like what's next. But I'm rooting for FAU either way, and I'm rooting for UConn either way. So I've got my favorites here. I'm actually gonna miss the Final Four. We're going to Orlando City. Orlando City plays Saturday night. I just realized that. Shoot. Well, they'll have it on a TV somewhere. So, Oh, one thing I do want to mention in college basketball, and we do not talk about women's college basketball hardly ever. I was a Miami fan for a moment. There's these 2 smoking hot twins.
The Cavender
twins. And the one chick hit a free throw to go up 3 with like 4 seconds left or something and shushed the crowd.
Shushed them.
And I lost it. I was like, let's go. And it was Indiana, who I like. But I was like, this is my girl. This is my team. Let's go.
They are hockey.
I love it. Talk about swag. The best part of that was Indiana came down and hit a 3 to tie it up. And then Miami came back and won. But
yeah, that was awesome.
Oh man, I was like, yeah, I'm all for this. Let's go. So, and then this chick for Iowa, I forget her name, but like she's popping 40-point triple doubles. Did you see this?
Yeah, she's good. Is it Caitlin Clark? Is that her name?
That rings a bell.
I have been following it. I have been following her.
Yeah. But I was like,
hold on, let me look.
Damn, this girl's a baller.
Caitlin Clark. Yeah.
Caitlin Clark. Yeah. 40-point triple double. Yeah. So is Miami women's team still in it?
No.
Okay.
No, they got put out by LSU. Gotcha. So it's LSU, Virginia Tech, Iowa, and South Carolina. So 2 1s, a 2, and a 3 are in it there.
All right. Well, I'll root for the Iowa chick, Caitlin Clark. Go pop off 50.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'll root for her or the Virginia Tech so ACC can get something in there. But that works. Either one of those work for me.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's college basketball. We'll have Well, I guess we'll have a minor segment next week.
Next time we talk, we'll have a champion.
FAU, go Owls.
Go Canes.
All right, you want to talk some NBA?
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's get it. Double Drivel. All right, this is our NBA segment. We call it Double Drivel because that's all we're really doing is dribbling, not dribbling. And Mike, the playoffs are coming up. We've got some teams that have clinched.
Yes.
But we also have something I'm very confused about. Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki, Greg Popovich, Pau Gasol, and Tony Parker all got voted into the Hall of Fame yesterday. I thought this happened already. Like, was I dreaming this? Like, for some reason, I feel like I even feel like we talked about this.
I don't remember this happening yet.
Okay, maybe I dreamt it.
Maybe they named semifinalists or something.
Oh, okay.
Did we talk about
that? Could be. I'm reading these names yesterday, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I thought these guys had already been voted in. And listen, full disclosure, I don't really follow the NBA Hall of Fame. Everybody gets in. I don't know the timelines. You know, like with baseball, I know how that works. With the NFL, I know how that works. With NBA, I'm way out on that, but
it's the very good of fame.
The very good of fame, yeah, which might as well just be like a plaque on a wall anywhere.
Well, I do think the two players and Popovich should have got in this year. Wade is definitely a Hall of Famer.
And Nowitzki is definitely there. And
Nowitzki's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Gasol maybe. Did you say Tony Parker?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
now they got in somehow as like international player. Again, full disclosure, I don't really understand this, but Gasol and Parker were somehow like international players, and they got in because they were international. But like if they were American, I don't know if they would have got in. I don't know. Go look it up. Google it. But yeah.
Use
anyway,
Google. It's your friend.
I thought this happened, but now it's official. I guess if it didn't happen before. And then all right, one other thing I want to talk about before we get into power rankings and all that. My favorite player, thanks to my son in the league right now, is Jokic, Nikola Jokic.
Yep.
There's a push, there's a PR push that Joel Embiid should be in the MVP race, and I think that this is comical, because Nikola Jokic is far and above the best player in the NBA, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on that? Am I being unreasonable, or
no? I mean, I think he may deserve a third in a row here, but I think that they're probably not going to let that happen. I do think Joel Embiid deserves to be in that conversation.
Well, Jokic is averaging a triple-double. I mean, yeah. Well, he's not, like, I think he's just under an assist, like 9.92 or something. But yeah, I'm like, this guy's averaging a triple-double. Like, he's going to get you 30 points. He's going to get you 10 rebounds. He's going to get you 10 assists every game. Like, Embiid's going to get you 30 points, and then what? Or maybe he'll get you 32 points. Like, I don't, I don't know. I'm a little butthurt about this.
Did you see they did a straw poll for this? For the 2023, it's Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis are the only ones that got first place votes. They're the only ones really up there at all. Embiid has 790 total points. Jokic has 788. And then Giannis has 612.
Yeah, so, I mean, Giannis is good, and he's top 5 in the league. But no, I mean, it should be a one-man race, but somehow somebody's pushing Embiid in here, and I don't like it. I am not here for that. This is malarkey. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to bring that up. You want to talk a little bit about the playoffs? What's going on? Who's clinched?
Yeah, let's talk playoffs because I want to bring this up because I love when this happens. The Sacramento Kings had the longest playoff drought of any major sport, and they clinched a playoff spot last night, so they no longer have that. They're
really good. I mean, they're not Nuggets good. They're probably not Grizzlies good. Maybe not Suns good, but they're good. They're really good.
Yeah, they clinched a spot. I was happy for them.
Yeah. So there are 3 teams in the West that have clinched a spot: the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, and the Kings. I mean, effectively, what are there, like 6 games left? 5-6 games left? Something like that. 7 maybe.
I think somebody had 6. I think it's 5 or 6 depending on.
Yeah. So schedule. The Suns are 3.5 up on the last team, so they're gonna make it. And
sure.
The Clippers are 3 up, and yeah. So I mean, the Suns, Clippers, Warriors, they're all gonna probably make it. The Lakers have somehow played their way into the play-in. They're probably gonna make it at 500. Yeah.
It's Oklahoma City, Dallas, and Utah battling for that last spot.
Yeah. But I mean, none of them deserve it. None of them
all
are 500, right?
It's ridiculous. Why don't we just do away with all of this and just let them all make the playoffs?
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I mean, what? 5 teams don't make the playoffs out of, what is it, 15?
15?
That's crazy.
It's insane.
So San Antonio and Houston in the West have been eliminated. Portland still is alive. Utah, Dallas are all outside looking in, but Dallas is right there.
Wait a minute, I just pulled this up. San Antonio nor Houston have 20 wins yet.
Nope.
Oh, my God.
Might not get it.
Oh, my God. And Detroit only has 16 wins.
They're not the worst team in the league.
Yeah. Detroit has 16 wins.
San Antonio. Yeah.
Mike, you, and 3 buddies could go get 16 wins in this league. I mean, the way that players
I could run up and down the court a full game, but
we'll have some subs. Me, you, 3 buddies, and 2 subs. 1 for me and 1 for you. Dude, in the NBA, you can't win 17 games. That's
crazy.
That is insane. So Detroit's been eliminated, and also the Charlotte Hornets have been eliminated.
With 26 wins, that's
they're 26 and 51.
26 and 51, but they're above 20.
The Magic have a praying shot here. The Pacers have a praying shot. The Wizards have a praying shot. But as it stands, the Bulls are the 10 seed. And then just going up the line in the East, you have the Raptors, the Hawks, the Heat, the Nets, the Knicks. And then the teams in the East that have clinched, the Cavs, the Sixers, the Celtics, and the Bucks. And I would argue you don't need anybody else. Those 4 teams are the best 4 in the East, and you can just wipe everybody out. So your Heat, let's talk about them. They're going to make it. They're probably going to have to play in. They're probably going to have to play in.
Yeah. Yep.
That's not good.
Yeah, they're on a slide, man. 5-5 in their last 10, and then before that they were like 8-2.
Yeah.
So they were on a run. Now they're on a roll down. There's 6-7 games left. They're 4. I just hope they don't keep dropping.
Yeah. Well, they have 5.
I guess it doesn't matter at this point. They're in the play-in. So.
Yep.
And that's probably where they're going to stay. But,
well, if the season ended today, the Heat would play the Bulls, and then the Hawks and Raptors would play. Is that right? 7-10, 8-9.
Yep.
And then in the West, if the season ended, go ahead.
That play-in's 1 game, right? Yeah, it's a play-in game.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then in the West, it's the Timberwolves would play the Thunder, the Lakers would play the Pelicans. So that actually Lakers Pelicans would be a good game. That would be really good.
It would.
Yeah, and then at that point you have 8 in each conference, and then it's pretty traditional: 1-8, 2-7, 3-6, 4-5. And that's a 5-game set, I believe. The first round. So there's your NBA breakdown. Next week we should have a better idea. I mean, I think most of it will be set up by next Thursday.
Should be, yeah. I mean, they'll probably
be 1 or
have
2 games left.
Play.
Yep.
So
we'll go into that next weekend saying who needs to do what to clinch the playoff spot. But otherwise, that's it for the NBA. You want to go into your favorite topic? Hockey?
We gonna do some hockey talk?
Heck yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. A little hockey. Power play. All right, folks, this is Power Play. It's our NHL segment. It's Mike's favorite. He knows more about hockey than anything on the planet Earth, with the exception of maybe Miami basketball. It's Miami basketball, NHL, Miami football. Or do I have that flipped? Anyway, so
I'm just going to try to talk. I'm going to try to talk about this with you without going off sides. Look at that. I'm learning terms.
Do you know the offside rule?
No, not at all.
Yeah, all right.
They call it when I'm watching, because I'm watching. I peek at Rangers games now because you've got me into it, and
because you're a Ranger fan.
I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. What the hell just happened?
All right. So, do you know the offside rule in soccer?
Vaguely. Right. I know that some guy runs up too far when the other guys aren't up, or.
So in soccer they have the moving offside rule, and in hockey they have a fixed offside. So when you're watching a game, I know you've watched many. There's a blue line on each side. It's kind of up near center ice, right? Have you ever noticed that blue line? Have you ever seen that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So when you're on offense and you're coming down the ice, the puck has to pass the blue line before any other player on your team.
Gotcha.
So you can't have a guy just cherry picking down by the goalie. Because if he's down there and the puck goes on the defensive side of the blue line, everybody's got to get back on that side, and then the puck's got to re-enter before an offensive player can. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yep.
The puck's got to be the first thing to cross on the offensive zone.
Puck needs to stay in front.
And it's a full body offside. So you can drag your skate on the blue line and be fully in the offensive zone and drag your skate. And then once the puck passes, you can just lift your foot and you're over. You're good. So It's a full body. So it's not like soccer. So soccer has a moving offside. So the ball has nothing to do with, the ball really kind of has nothing to do with the offside in soccer. As a defender, you have to, again, on the offensive side, you have to have a defender behind you, not the goalie, but a regular defender behind you when the ball is kicked to you and you're the next one to touch it. So, and that's not a full body. That's like literally like if your hand is past the last defender and they pass it to you, you're offside. And that's one of the reasons why you see 0-0 and 1-0 soccer games is because half the goals at least are taken back for being offside in soccer. And they need to fix that. That needs to, number one, be a whole body thing. And number two, I would argue that there needs to be a fixed offside, like a blue line in soccer. But
gotcha.
So there's your offside rule clarification.
We got some rules. Yep. We got some rules clarification. Now we can talk games.
Now we can talk Rangers because that's all I really watch. That's all I really care about. All right, so Cheadle, my boy that's been playing well. The Rangers extended him.
You love him.
Yep, 4 years, $17.7 $17.7 So
how's that? Is that a good contract for hockey?
Yeah. I mean, listen, you're not talking NFL or NBA, but hey, getting $4 million a year as an NHL player is not too bad. The Rangers are going all in. I mean, they are like. They're going to be in major cap trouble next year. So, this is it. It's like, hey, it's now or never. You got Kane, you got Tarasenko, you got Cheadle now. You got, you're paying a lot of dudes. You're going to have to cut. You're going to have to, cut bait on some of these guys. So, this is it. They're all in.
Tonight, brother.
Oh, yeah, boy. You know
Devils?
this? Yeah. Come on, man. You going to watch? Are you going to toggle between that and
third TV out here?
I was going to say, you got opening day today. But I'm telling you right now, if the Rangers pull 2 points...
You're going to have that on, aren't you?
Oh, for sure. Come on. If the Rangers pull 2 points off the Devils tonight, and they tie them, I think the Rangers may have a shot. I know the Bruins. Listen, everybody's talking about the Bruins. I get it. I know the Bruins. I'm telling you right now, man, the Rangers, I got a feeling... They are playing lights out at the right time. They got 8 games left.
8 games, okay.
Yep. So they play 82, just like the NBA. And the Rangers have 8 left, and tonight's a biggin. So
the Bruins are only 13 games better than you guys. So
yeah. But that was before we had Kane and Tarasenko and all our all our good guys.
Lightning are balling again too. That's good.
Yeah. So the East. It's funny. The East is a beast. And the West is like, meh. Yeah, there's just there are no standouts. You got Vegas. You got I don't even know who else. Vegas is the best.
The West, oh
yeah, but they're just not great.
Minnesota Wild have a bunch of points. Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, the Wild. They're probably. I don't have it up. They're probably. My guess is they're leading their division.
They are. They're 97 points. Second is 94. The Stars. And again, Kings have 96 points.
I don't really follow the West, but I just know that they stink. So, and they're not the Rangers, and they're not the East. So,
3 teams in the East already have over 100 points. That's pretty good.
About to be 4 tonight. Maybe Toronto too. I don't know if Toronto plays tonight, but
they're already. 98. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. They do play. I think I saw them on the. Yeah, that was last night. So maybe they don't play tonight. Do they go back to backs?
They do. Not usually. They try not to, but it happens.
All right, they're off tonight.
I'm pulling it up right now.
Play tonight, though.
Toronto plays Florida tonight. No. That was last night. That was last night.
Yeah.
So Florida has a back-to-back. Florida's playing today.
Yeah. They're playing the Canadians.
Yep. So
the Canadians, one of the original teams.
See, Mike is picking it up. He's picking it up. So, yep. So the Rangers play New Jersey tonight, and then they have a back-to-back. They play tomorrow against Buffalo, and then Sunday against Washington. So 3 out of 4 days. That's tough. That's a tough run. But then they get a couple days off. So
They'll be all right. They're on skates.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's easy. You just skate around. So that's the Ranger update. We're getting closer to the playoffs. We have a couple more weeks, but I'm calling it now. The Rangers are going to make a run. They're going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals at least.
I kind of want to be an enforcer in the NHL. That seems like my kind of deal.
They don't really have them as much anymore.
Do you have to have a stick in your hand? Can you just walk around, drive around skate around without a stick?
You could. I mean, you're gonna get 5 minutes.
Mulling people over.
That'd be kind of fun, actually. Yeah, I don't have the size for that. There's a guy for the Bruins that was like 6'6", and I can't think of his name off the top of my head. A very famous, popular player, but on skates he was like 7 feet tall, and it was like, dude, could you imagine me trying to fight a 7 foot tall guy? Like, yeah, he had one of the hardest shots in the NHL. God, I can't remember his name, but anyway, he looked like who was the guy from the Addams Family, the tall guy?
Uncle Fester?
No, Fester was the bald one.
No, Fester's the little short fat guy. That's like me.
Yeah, that would be me. But anyway, he looked like
Lurch
that guy.
Or something.
Lurch. Yeah, he looked like Lurch. Yeah. I'll think of his name soon. But anyway, so yeah, that's hockey. You want to do some Factor Cap?
All right. Factor Cap, let's go.
All right, let's get it. Here we go. Factor Cap. All right, folks, this is Factor Cap. It used to be called True or False. The kids made us change it because now they say Cap. So we're going to make a statement. I'm going to make 2 to Mike. Mike's going to make 2 to me. We're going to say if that statement is a fact or if it is a cap, meaning false. Mike, what you got for me, buddy?
Okay, Factor Cap. You already kind of already answered this, but will the Padres win the NL West this year?
Cap. I have the Dodgers winning the West.
That was not a very hard cap.
Nope, because I had already said it. Yep. So I got a baseball-related one for you. Factor Cap. Will the Dodgers win 100 games this year? Now, they've done it like a couple of years in a row. So will the streak break of 100 wins?
It will not. I think they get to at least 100.
Ooh. See, I think that's a cap. I think they're going to get like 98, 99, somewhere in there. I don't think they're going to get to 100. There's going to be a couple games in April or May that they blow that's going to screw them up.
So they're going to get to 98, 99, but you can't see them getting to 100.
I feel like that's how it's going to go. Honestly.
All right.
All right, so what else you got?
Will the New York Rangers win a playoff series?
Oh, yes. Fact. They're getting in these Eastern Conference Finals. Conference Finals. Yeah. At least. Maybe even the Cup.
I wrote that down.
Yep, write it down. Put it in the book.
It's in pen.
All right. And the last one, you've already said it's going to happen, but I need it on the record. The Miami Hurricanes are cutting down the nets Monday night.
Fact.
Whoa.
Best 2 guards in the country.
Come on, dog. You know it's going to be the Owls. Come on. Hoot.
Jordan Miller, most underrated player in the country. Remember that name.
I'm not remembering none of that. I'm remembering
you got to remember it.
Come on, Owls.
Listen, if it's FAU versus Miami, I'm coming over.
All right.
It's on record.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm going to keep winning bets on that. I'm going to keep winning bets on that. So I'll believe that when I see it. So that's our show for the day, Mikey.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Number 19. Next is big number 20.
Oh,
we got to
boy.
get a special guest or something.
XX. Yeah. We're gonna start labeling these like Super Bowls. This one's XIX. Next one's XX.
Yes.
All right. Well, if you're still with us, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week when FAU
See you next week.
cuts down them nets.
Go Canes. Go Canes.